So Apple recently updated its lineup with the new iPad Air models and iPad Pro models. And you are probably wondering which one is best for your art. But don't worry, you are not alone in this. And since my last video was about the best new iPad for Procreate, many of you have been asking whether to choose iPad Air or iPad Pro for your art. And both of these, Pro and Air, come with 11 size and 13 size. But which one is best for you as an artist? So in this video, we will compare iPad Air and iPad Pro, focusing on what matters the most to us as illustrators, Procreate users, and digital artists. So we will look at key features that affect our work so you can make the best choice for your creative project. So let's dive in and see how these iPads perform for digital art. And before we get to it, if you're new around here, I'm Eva and I'm a digital artist and illustrator. So what are the main criteria? As an artist, when I'm comparing these new iPads, I will be focusing on 6 key areas. The first one is what's new compared to the older 2022 models. The second being the display quality, the screen size, and the new Nano texture option. Then the third would be the weight and portability. Then the fourth would be number of Procreate Layers and Procreate Dreams tracks if you are planning to do also animation. Then the fifth would be the Apple Pencil compatibility and its new features. And the last but not least, the sixth one would be the budget. So what changed with the iPad Pro models and iPad Air compared to the 2022 models? So here are some of the most significant updates. Compared to the older iPad Pro 12.9, now we have the iPad Pro 13-inch as well. And of course, as you can see here, we also have the iPad Air 13. And now what is new, you also have the iPad Air 11 models too. So you can compare 11 in Pro and Air and 13 in Air and Pro. Then in the Pro models, you will have the M4 chip, which is super fast and powerful, making the drawing, the animation and 3D modeling incredibly smooth. And then with the Air models, you also now get the M2 chip, which was previously only in the iPad Pro models. Then there is the display. With the iPad Pro models, you have the OLED display with the optimal Nano texture, which is the Apple's most advanced screen technology now. And there are also new storage options. So iPad Air models come now with 128 gigabytes, 256 gigabytes, 512 gigabytes, and 1 terabyte. Compared to the iPad Pro models, which now come with 256 gigabytes, 512, 1 terabyte, and 2 terabyte options. And also the camera placement changed and it's now positioned for landscape use. And importantly for us artists, all 4 new models are now only compatible with the new Apple Pencil Pro. And all of these updates give us some exciting new options to consider. So let's dive in deeper into how these changes may affect your work. So first, let's compare the screens, screen sizes, and working space. So if we first talk about the screen quality, the iPad Pro models are Apple's flagship models offering the best display their engineers have created. So with the newest iPad Pros, you are getting the super bright twin OLED Ultra Retina display with the ProMotion technology and P3 wide color profile. Drawing on these iPads, it's incredibly smooth with no lag and the colors render beautifully. And if you compare them to the iPad Air models come with LED liquid retina display. While they might not sound as impressive on paper or with the technical specification of the display, the experience is still excellent. So unless you are comparing them side by side, you will probably won't notice much difference. And now let's talk about the Nano texture option, which is available for the iPad Pro models. And this feature is perfect for artists who are working outdoors a lot or in a very brightly lit studios. Because there is barely any reflection and the colors remain vivid, just remember that this special texture requires a specific cleaning cloth and extra care. And now regarding the size, I currently use the 12.9 iPad Pro, and I got used to working on a bigger screen and a larger working space in Procreate. So if you like a bigger working space, I definitely recommend the bigger 13-inch screen size. Interestingly, the iPad Pro 13 and 11 actually feel smaller than the iPad Air counterparts, despite being slightly larger. And this is partly due to the color options. The iPad Air come in 4 colors, while the iPad Pro models are only available in the space black and silver. And this creates a bit of an optical illusion. In reality, while the Pro 13-inch and Air 13-inch obviously have larger screens than the Pro 11 and Air 11, the relative working space in Procreate and other drawing apps remain constant within each size category. That is, you will get the same usable area on Pro 13 as you will get on Air 13, and likewise for the 11-inch models. The choice really comes down to your preference for the Pro advanced features or Air more diverse color options. And now let's talk about the weight and portability. Surprisingly, both iPad Pro 13 and 11 are actually lighter than the iPad Air models. The iPad Air models were already impressively light at 1.3 and 1 pound, but Apple has managed to make the Pro models even thinner and lighter. So well done, Apple! And I also noticed the improvement in the heat management. Even during long period drawing sessions, the iPad Pro doesn't get too hot. So what about the layers? When it comes to layers in Procreate and the Procreate Dreams tracks, the main difference lies in RAM. The iPad Pro models with 1 TB and 2 TB storage have 16 GB RAM, while all the other storage options and both iPad Air have 8 GB RAM. The higher the RAM, the more layers and tracks you will get. For example, with the 16 GB RAM, you will get a lot of layers and tracks, while with the 8 GB RAM, you will get more limited amount of layers and tracks. And regarding the Apple Pencil compatibility, both Air and Pro models from 2024 are only fully compatible with the new Apple Pencil Pro. While you could technically use the Apple Pencil USB-C, you would be missing out on all the cool drawing features, so I don't really recommend it for Procreate anymore. So does the new pencil look different? Well, not really. The Apple Pencil Pro is identical in size and the design to Apple Pencil 2. But it comes with amazing new features like the squeeze function, barrel roll, hover, double tap, and the haptic feedback. These features allow artists to set up new shortcuts and improve their workflow. However, I do wish that the Apple made the new iPad models also compatible with the older Apple Pencil 2, because I think it still works great, and I can imagine that some of you might not care as much about the new Apple Pencil Pro functionality. And now let's talk about the budget. Well, the iPad Pros are more geared towards the professional artists and artist studios. The price ranges from about $1,000 to $2,300 for the standard version, and between $1,700 and $2,300 for the Nano texture version. And the 11-inch model is generally cheaper than the 13-inch Pro model. But please keep in mind that the prices changes over time. And then we have the iPad Air models, which are generally more budget friendly, selling anywhere between $600 and $1,300. So that's about the half of the price of the iPad Pro models. And in my opinion, this makes the new iPad Air models the best value iPads for Procreate and drawing, because they are almost as good as the previous versions of the iPad Pro models, but at a much better price point. And I also included the links for you to check out in the description for the latest prices. So which one should you choose? I would say go for iPad Pro if you are a professional, commercial or studio artist working long hours on complex artworks and illustrations. And also, honestly, if you are a beginner artist or intermediate artist and you have a budget for it, why not? If you can afford the best, why not to get the best? And then get the iPad Air if you want similar specifications to iPad Pro models, but your budget doesn't allow splurging on the Pro option. And in my opinion, the new iPad Air models really offer the best value for Procreate users and artists of all levels. And what about the screen size? Should you get 13-inch or 11-inch model? Well, if you like to draw in a bigger sketchbooks and don't mind carrying a larger device with you, or you work usually indoors, go for the 13-inch screen size. And if you prefer smaller sketchbooks and you want your iPad to fit easily into your bag, the 11-inch version might be better for you. For example, right now I really enjoy drawing on a bigger screen size, but I was happy with the smaller screen size as well when I got my first iPad. And if you are still not sure which screen size is the best for you, I think the easiest to decide is to compare them in the store or with your friends and try drawing something. And I think that's how you will really see which size of the screen you prefer. So I hope this video was helpful, and I would love to know, would you go for iPad Pro or iPad Air? And then would you decide for the 11 screen size or 13-inch screen size? Please let me know in the comments. And if you know someone who would find this video helpful as well, please share it with them. And for more inspiration, check out the sketchbook tours here. And thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!